72 players started out at this felt. Now only 6 remain, with over $300,000 up for grabs at the final table, as well as the PartyPoker.com European Open 3 crown. You can expect fireworks tonight.
Winning this tournament will be life-changing. Not only will the winner take home $125,000, but the championship title and this trophy. This means everything.
It'll mean everything because I really want to be the Party Poker European champion. That's all I want. I need that trophy to bring home with me.
Very lucky to get this far, just that we can keep going and get lucky and win it.
I think I can win it, and I think that's the right mindset to have.
It's a big thing and it's a big televised tournament. Yeah, it mean a lot.
It feels like a dream at the moment, it really does, but it's lovely. I don't want it to stop.
I'm really excited about it, even though I'm the short stack, but I want to go ahead and try and win it.
72 players started. We're down to 6, only one of whom will be champion.
My hairs are tingling. And I'm here with last year's champion, a man who certainly knows what victory tastes like on this table, Ian Fraser. Ian, what did it mean for you last year?
It's just the sheer excitement of winning something, Jesse, at the end. You know, you go through the heats and you find yourself in the final. I was pretty short-stacked in the final, so making the top 3 was everything. And I got on to win it. It's just...
you had a lot of emotion when you did win it. Was it the money or the glory?
No, the emotion is... the pressure's unbelievable. You know, we just sit there and watch and we think, oh, this is easy, having a game of poker. But the pressure's incredible, and it's just a big release at the end, you know, that you've won it, and it's just so fantastic.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, you know, in the heats we see pressure, you see pressure on TV, but with the different chip counts, the different payouts, do people's brains just scramble up like eggs? I mean...
Well, I think when there's these vast amounts of money involved, you know, and as you say, it's life-changing, winning something like this, it scrambled anyone's brain, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it's going to be about who can hold their nerve or who gets the cards. But, of course, players starting out tonight with different chip counts because they've brought their chips forward here from the semifinals. So let's see how many chips each player is starting out with tonight.
Starting chips, of course, players taking their chips forward from the semifinal, and John McGill will have his work cut out for him, only $59,000. Daz Hickman on $158,000. The others will have about an even stack between Liam Flood, Scott Fenton, and Pippa Flanders, all in the $200,000 range. And the chip leader, Nick Persaud, with $326,000 at the get-go.
Tonight, the pressure is on. The players are waiting in the wings, the table is set, and the chips are stacked. They'll all have to be on top form as they battle it out for the title. It's time to shuffle up and deal.
Guard your gumshoes. These 6 ready to grind it out and get the money for this final table. And what a superstar final table. So many stories and plot lines have brought us here. Gentleman Liam Flood. He's done so much in poker, but that big title from television has just eluded him. Could this be his day? Bridge North's Daz Hickman. Solid player, but capable of stellar things. The chip leader, Nick Persaud, the London boy. The gut shot qualifier. Coming from the little card club to the big stage. Scott Fenton there. A roofer by trade, madman by night. Perhaps the explosive one at the table. But all eyes are going to be on Pippa Flanders. The lady dictating the action and in the best of form. And John McGill, of course, the Irishman. He's probably won the least number of times at this table, but the one time he did win, famous for getting 12th, and that was worth $1 million. The Probably the biggest winner in poker, and of course he can talk your ears off.
I don't want it that.
You know the drill, chip value-wise. The yellow chips on this table worth 1,000 each, the blues worth 2, the reds worth 5, and the green chips, new in play tonight, 10,000 apiece. At this final table, there's a total of 1.2 million chips in play tonight.
Is that your
I'm joined by Ian Fraser, first level blinds 1 in 2,000. And Ian, first hand about to happen. You're only going to get one shot at this. What's your prediction?
Oh, Jesse, you put me on the spot here. I mean, if they was all level chips, I really like John McGill's game and Liam Flood.
raised?
Raised 6,000 total.
Well, these are the first chips Nick has moved tonight. Started out the chip leader. And in both his heat and his semi, he got terribly busy in the first level. I wonder what his game plan is tonight.
You go through the process again. Yeah, go on. That's it.
Pussy play, says John McGill.
How much more?
Okay.
And
this is see how Nick's set his stall out, Jesse, really. 5 hands in, and he's being asked a big question here.
Something like 50,000 more. It's interesting, Ian, that McGill did so much talking with Daz. It was the first time he's played up against Daz, but him and Nick have a bit of a history from the semis, don't they?
Yeah, and plus obviously John's making the move here. Jesse, you know, it was Darren Hickman that made the move in the hand previous. You don't mind getting it in with it, but it's a bit different calling with it.
Of all the matchups
feature an all-in situation, did he get the plus
on this table, Ian, Persaud in the semis had position on McGill all night long. It's reversed here, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
And if McGill gets a double up here, Persaud should call. He could be a thorn in Persaud's side. I don't think he's going to call, do you?
47, is it?
He's got enough chips to call. Like we say, I think if he calls, he's called. If he loses this pot, it might set the trend for his game, Jesse, and he might go on a nosedive.
Yeah, and should Nick Persaud win here, it'll send a very strong message to the rest of the table, because it'll be a huge chip lead, and it'll knock someone out. But Persaud, 21%.
I know who feels the happier out of the two looking at these.
McGill all in.
Yeah.
And it needs to be a 10 or running diamonds right now. A couple split pots out there.
One time, please.
But McGill looking to pull over 100,000 if he can hold the ace-queen.
Well, that ain't a bad card for him.
No, I don't think there are any split pots out there now, are there? The kicker's always going to play. So it has to be a 10 or boo.
No.
Close but no cigar. Well, that's John doubled up, and that's exactly what he'd have been looking for, Jesse. In the first 10 hands, please double me up.
You know, before every earthquake, there's a tremor.
Yeah.
And there may be a tremor just gone through the ground here. That,
yeah, for definite.
Tell you what, Nick Persaud feels like a sick puppy. Is this the most dangerous man at the table to double up?
Oh, I said to you, Jesse, at the beginning, you know, if they're all level chips, he'd be my man. The way he plays, him and Liam Flood I would have chose, but the way the chips were, I went for Scott Fenton. Yeah, good on John.
You don't mind us talking to.
The final is well and truly in play. Come in 6th and you'll be walking away with $20,000. Come in 1st and you'll be pocketing $125,000 top prize. Who's up for the challenge? We'll find out after the break. Welcome back to the PartyPoker.com European Open 3. These players have overcome 2 challenging rounds and are still competing for the championship title. But everyone will walk away with something. Let's look at how the prize pool breaks down. Out in 6th and you'll win $20,000. 5th place is $25,000. 4th and you'll take home $30,000. For 3rd place, it's $50,000. Our runner-up wins $65,000, and the PartyPoker.com European Open 3 champion will be pocketing a cool $125,000.
It's a regroup now. Nice hand.
Pass.
Once the 10 came on you, it's done.
I think Liam would be better off talking to the wall than trying to find out what Scott Fenton had. Persaud. Tell you what, it's a big mistake to forget about Nick
Raise
Persaud.
to 12,000.
Raise
After
to
what
12.
we've seen.
You see how his timing's impeccable, Jesse, because he's done the raise before the hand before
Pass.
the kings. The kings he had
Pass.
6-9,
Testing me now to see if
6-9
I don't
suited,
finish.
and he got out of. Now he's got 6-8 suited. Timing's everything in this game.
Yeah, and he's picking on Liam, who's feeling a bit bruised here. Wow. Liam could win this pot. It's 8,000 more. Surely he does.
First time for everything.
Call.
Flood picking off a flop here, 30,000 in the pot about,
Yeah.
and they've both missed it.
Check.
Although Persaud could use a 7 for the
Check.
straight. He's put the brakes on, smells danger. And
I think Liam would be betting this now. He's up and down
Check.
with a 2-3.
3 checks, and the
Twelve.
4th is a bet from
Small
Persaud.
bet.
20.
Sounds like 22,000.
You nice?
Huh?
Have you nice?
I never raise with aces.
Yeah. Okay.
That was 12.
Cool.
Excuse me, the
Oh.
bet was 12, was it? That's
I'm on
Flood's
to
just called here for the
Absolutely
straight.
killed,
Yes. Oh, what a card. Now
Check.
Nick might be thinking this is a good card for him.
Yeah, Liam's hit the nuts, hasn't he?
Yeah.
25.
What? I mean, Liam will be praying and hoping that
Well, this
Persaud
is-
has just made about 3 aces.
I think he'll be using all his Hollywood acting skills here to get some more chips in the pot. Obviously, he won't get one.
It's easy.
Aces and tens.
Easy. Aces and 10s. How do you always know everybody's
I'll
hand?
tell you what, you could go all around the table and nobody would work this one out.
Thanks for the help.
I think I worked it out on the river.
Yeah.
That's a nice pot for him to pick up there.
It really was
Definitely outdrawn.
See,
What river?
that's put him into the chip lead.
So Liam Flood has got some chips, and he could be the
I
one
knew
they don't
Samantha was
want
best
to
here,
see
yeah.
get out front, but there's still a long way to go, and
I call.
as Phil Helmuth knows,
I call
plenty
you.
of strategy in play.
I won.
Here we are in the finals with 6 players starting with 6 different chip stacks. This hasn't happened so far. So, one thing that these players have to understand is if they made it here, if they made it this far, they're playing good. Stick to your game plan. But if you're a little bit short, you're going to have to be a little bit more aggressive because you know what? You don't want to ante off all of your chips and finish 6th or 5th. You want to play to win from every spot. So if you're a little bit short, you can be a little bit more aggressive. If you have a ton of chips, I would kind of do the opposite of what regular, advice would be, and I'd make sure that I make the final 3. Yes, if everybody's passive and you have all the chips, you can make some steals. Play to win.
When he's got like 10 million chips.
Yeah, he has
10 WSOP bracelets. He has notched up quite a few golds in his time, but I don't think there's a player at this table who's going to be satisfied with second place.
No.
Where did he come?
Eighth, I think.
I mean, we have seen some
Pass.
big hands in here, but
Aye.
no one's really getting on with them.
He's been playing what?
Pass.
No, but they're all
Online. He's a big online player.
they're
big
all
online player.
top players, aren't they? There's not someone you can say there's the mark, is there really?
Pass.
So they're all playing all right. And I think the Pippa's Jack Queen here.
Call. Call.
Just a limp there.
Scare the hell out of me. Every time you reach them chips, God's sake. You don't know what's going to happen. Flip me.
Flop me, says McGill.
Call.
And investing 3,000.
Well, now,
Liam, check this.
I tell you what. We see a flop.
18,000 in there.
Oh,
Flip and flop.
And
No
Pippa
raise.
changing things up here by limping on the button. Pretty strong hand. She's flopped a flush draw.
A massive flop, yeah.
Will Flood lead at this, or is he better off checking it? Top pair.
Well, it's up to.
Oh, it's up to McGill. Pardon
the
me.
bottom.
Pardon me.
Calm yourself.
I'm excited.
I know, I'm excited too.
He's funny, isn't he?
Yeah. Pippa reached for chips early, and now these players
Check.
trying to work it out.
Now you can check.
Intention to
Okay. Check.
He's talked her into that again, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Trouble.
But what were Liam's intentions anyway?
Well, I think Liam would have been having a bet, wouldn't he?
That's a card, isn't it?
I think John checks this time, Liam.
9 of hearts.
Sorry, it's 9 of hearts, Pippa.
I reckon it's all bluff.
Fancy McGill's trying to work out if he can steal this pot.
Definitely.
This is very interesting because
He's
Pippa has a huge draw.
Yeah.
8,000.
Do you think she might raise him?
Well, he's pretty smart, John McGill, and he's give it plenty of verbal, and he's got his chips in his hand. He's only put 8,000 in, but to everyone else, that they think that's a massive bet. I mean, there's no way in the world she's not going to at least call. She's got such a big draw in hand.
See that?
There you go.
I do have to.
You don't have to. Okay.
Cool.
McGill's actually the favorite now. Flood had the best hand. He's out of this, and I'm not sure what McGill wants to see. Obviously, that's not it. I mean, he's just thinks he may have caught his card, and Pippa has a flush.
I think he'd be happy just to check. Because he's got the ace, he won't mind checking.
I'll bet 8,000 again.
8,000.
She's going to go all in for sure. Pippa has really hit this on the river.
Yeah, he's only, what's he got left? 32.
I'll raise. Raise.
This hand has come down a funny way. It all kind of started when Pippa reached for her chips on the flop.
16. 16.
Oh, and she's made a minimum raise. That's well.
You've been kind to me.
It's just cruel.
Who?
No, you're not. My God, get me selling these fixes. You have a flashlight, haven't you?
Now, McGill has stuck 16,000 in this pot. He's got 38,000 left. Ian.
Yeah, the 8 is a lot out of his stack, Jesse.
Yeah, it is.
She's made the bet perfect.
I think you're beating me from here to Cork and back again.
That's a long way.
It's a long way.
To Tipperary.
A long way. For us to see it and shows the flush.
You got 2 pages.
He hates it, but he can't fold it. And
Have a look at the house,
Pippa's
please.
done well to price this. That's probably the only way that McGill could have called. But McGill must have stuck that 8,000 in and saying, that's all I'm sticking in. If she goes all in, I can pass. And she's just milked him for another little
So sweet.
tisher.
Nice now. I've come back from worse.
34, 39,
I can't see it tonight.
14, and then 39. Wow. What a price.
That's the price.
Asda.
He's
Not even
basically talking everyone into calling this, Nick.
45 it is, yeah. Does that throw a spanner in
You with
there?
me, Jesse?
Real.
Yeah.
He's already put his chips in before he sees cards, and he's sort of talking everyone into
Just get a big old free
calling.
flop for
Well,
everybody.
4 hands against 1 to try and knock John out.
Walking too nicely.
Sorry.
Oh, look, Liam's picked up.
He knew he didn't have the business.
Just in time for Liam Flood. Now he tried to get on. Well, he tried to get on with
27.
kings earlier and got himself in a big old hash of trouble by limping. So to raise here, just
Pass.
enticing perhaps.
Yeah, Darren's passed. Oh, Nick's got a pair of 9s here.
He flat calls with these before, didn't he? You know, with 9s and 10s, this sort of hand, he just flat calls see a flop.
This is an unlucky situation here for Persaud, button against the big blind, but these things happen, and
how much you have, sir?
He's going to need all
Poor
his...
Liam,
140.
Dying. You should give him a bit of bunny there, Jesse. Liam should give him a bit of verbal.
Yeah, this is about the time Liam should knock his chips over accidentally.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
You know, he spent all that time... Ian, was he trying to get a read on Liam? Has he gotten one?
He never looked at him once, did he? He wasn't trying for that. It's just, I just really don't know. You know.
Flood's got the rocks here, 2 aces, and that is a dangerous flop for Persaud.
That's yeah, and the other way, a good flop for Liam, ain't it? Really?
Yeah, it's a do your money flop for Nick.
Oh Lord.
Trying to think, trying to think back to the last funeral he was at to try to get the face right.
What's he bet here?
38.
38,000. It's enough to make Nick think that he ain't trying to milk him, Jesse. 38.
I wish I could do these chip tricks.
Deceptively big.
Yeah.
The most I get.
You know, and it's small enough to get Nick to come over the top.
That's a bit of hate of my chip tricks. Not on the over.
If he gets away from this,
be right.
He's at a feat. Yeah. If he can read something into it and get away from it, then he's at a feat.
Is there a third option? Can he get...
Well, he can call again and see what happens, you know. Yeah, which he's done. Nice play.
Another one.
Yeah, it's getting expensive, though, for Nick Persaud. And, you know, unless the 9 comes, he's...
If another card under a 9 comes, he's in big trouble.
Liam is loving this.
Oh, mate. Seen it?
All in.
Check.
Oh.
All in.
Well, Liam put the hammer down now. You know, I
think he's just priced him out of the pot.
100, 10, 20.
Would Liam be bluffing here with something like Ace King?
Yeah, of course he can. You can put Liam on anything, can't you? And the quick all-in is normally a move, ain't it? That might be why he's done it, hoping that Nick reads something into that.
Flood's got his man on the hook. Can Nick wriggle off? It's... What do you think?
If he gets away from it, he's got 125,000 left. I think that's what he's going to be counting up now. He can still play with that, obviously. But he's got to have it in his mind that his 9s can be good here.
130, yeah.
This table has gotten very silent. Liam is trying to think like a violet and look small, weak, meek.
I can't even afford that.
Well, then you should fold.
This is the swing hand of the final table so far.
I think that's 1. Yeah, it's 1, 2, 2. Thank you, sir.
This is the place nobody wants to be, but if you're a poker player, sooner or later you get here, you're asked the question.
This is all of his chips, barring a few. Just sorry, I thought he had 187 left.
No, this is all of them.
Yeah.
This is a question for Nick Persaud's tournament, and he knows if he wins, he'll feel like he'll win this tournament. If he folds here, he's right up against it.
Yeah, that's what he's got left now. Yeah, 1, 2, 1, 2, 2 he must have left.
And if he calls and loses, he's going to look at the back of the door.
Yeah.
I mean, that's all there is to it. Holy
You might not need
Toledo.
that.
It's amazing how quick it goes. I know.
I think he's going to call.
Well,
I'd be impressed if he doesn't.
You go on about the pot odds and that, Jesse. I suppose in his mind, he could be miles in front.
Jeez, he'll have a third of the chips on the table if he calls and wins.
Right. Well,
Are the blinds low enough for him to play his way out of this? Wow, he's laid it down!
Nice hand.
He's laid it down, he has. Persaud.
Very good pass.
I mean,
Thank you,
he has been up against it all night long and still has chips. A lot of players would be scratching their belt buckle right now, but it is Liam Flood
You didn't have pair, did you?
who worked his way through.
No, I'd say it is 5.
The gentleman has opened the door and doffed his hat. Does he know how to close? And what's on the other side?
An unreal, Jesse. Still 6 players in this.
It is. You kind of feel like this is one of those situations where the first guy out has to walk the plank, in addition to leaving the studio and the table. Under the gun for John McGill, and this just a situation where he'd rather put the chips in first himself.
Right, and the other one's key.
And he ain't giving anyone else a chance to beat him to it, Jesse, is he?
And every time it's something similar.
Pass.
If it gets around to Pippa Flanders, she ain't folding, but Daz Hickman is having a think.
Yeah.
Pass.
Please give it a pass up.
Persaud looks like a man who's just right now considering the weather and the car ride home.
Oh dear.
Little old me, says Pippa. I'm the one who has to do the damage, huh?
I don't think she'll be.
How much is it?
It's
I think she'll be cool with this.
24,000 chips.
You've got to give him a.
So it's another 14 to me.
Only 14.
Only 14.
Yeah.
So,
You're such a nice guy, John, but
I'm thinking.
What do you think?
I think there's no way. I think I'll just do it.
you can't.
Why did you not do the other thing you were thinking about? Keep that control them chips.
I've got such horrible cards. I'm just going to put my leave them there, so.
McGill,
Not as bad as John's.
You've very little to beat.
You've let him off so many times.
That was
A monster.
Oh.
John very
I'll stand
buoyant
up
here
next
for
to
the
you.
realities of the situation,
Good,
which is that
yeah.
he needs to double through to have a short stack. And,
Big drawing hand.
he's going to have to hit a pair, most likely.
Just in case.
Yeah.
6.
Couple
Two
outs.
threes.
Any 7, any 6, any 8 right now.
6 of diamonds. 6 of diamonds.
Probably his best card there.
Are you? I'll take an ace now, sure, and we'll split the pot. Why not?
Are they happy?
Is a 6 any good still?
Always a queen hits the river, it says 6.
Six is
An ace, a 6, a 7,
It's an ace
or an
now,
8,
it's like
or
an
else.
forever ace.
No, he's at the 6. There you go.
Come on, you good thing. Unlucky.
Isn't it a split pot?
Unlucky.
Good card, is it? I'm joking. He said it.
Yeah.
And the crowd
I
goes
think only
wild.
Liam thought it was a split pot.
I was playing.
And the crowd goes wild.
Yes, we did. But
I don't think so.
Some things never die. You know, you can step on all
Holy
manners of
smokes.
species and
That
insects, and they just wriggle out of
Straight
it.
back again.
have you ever dreamt of playing poker with the big boys in Las Vegas? Well, here's your chance. You could win a holiday for 2, including flights, accommodation, and £500 spending money. All you have to do is answer this question. Who won the World Series of Poker in 2006? A. Phil Hellmuth, B. Jamie Gold, or C. Gus Hansen? You can enter by going to www.5.tv/poker. Entrants must be over 18. Competition closes at midnight on the 22nd of May. You can find out more about poker by logging onto our website, www.5.tv/poker. Learn the rules, figure out the best hands to play, and test bluffing skills. You can also download video interviews with some of the game's best players.
Are you the chip leader, Liam, are you?
No.
No?
Someone left.
McGill says, who's got the most chips? It's, as far as the number crunchers go, it's pretty close right now between Fenton Flood and Flanders and Hickman.
Yeah, there's only 30,000 between the three of them. Jesse, very close.
Fenton's got a...
Scott seems to have gone in his shell a bit, hasn't he? He ain't played a pot for ages.
Boy, that's a man who must have warts on his seat.
Can I go for a... Can I go for a run outside or something? God's sake.
Wow, this is...
Yeah, he's saying that. He might be pushing with this.
It's funny. I thought the one player at this table who wouldn't give...
You've stolen me thunder, Pippa. You've stolen me.
Say who wouldn't have been given fits by Pippa was McGill, but he's starting to call her a thorn in the fanny.
Oh, Lord.
He said it's the best hand I've had in years, and everybody else said, call them.
Yeah. He's still got a couple of people to act after him, so... You know, it ain't that great.
Pass.
I know,
Maybe
but...
it's my friend.
Oh, yeah, Darren Hickman, he's playing up with ace-queen suited here.
Call.
And this is the first time that Hickman has just called a Flanders raise since... I think they matched up in a pot in the semi-final where she laid a bluff down, but he's now got more chips and a better hand. Top pair.
Yeah, he's ace.
Check.
Checked it.
Smile there from Pippa. She'll find out what she wants to know pretty quick, won't she?
Yeah. Oh, she went for her chips. Oh, she's got.
Oh no! This could be the end. Look at Hickman's eyes. What?
All in.
Yeah.
Well, he's got to think he's good. Jesse, you can't put her on ace-king. She'd have sucked him up.
I mean, maybe he can fold some aces, Ian, but if he thinks this through logically, he's been gifted this money, isn't he? What does this come down to, that Pippa hasn't put him on such a big hand?
It's completely flabbergasted. I am. What a massive pot. You know, we heard it before in the semi-finals where they say, you know, she goes all in, and
yeah, full count needed.
Why would she go all in if she hasn't got the nuts? But you.
Hickman's got a huge hand here, and all of a sudden it looks like all the fun has gone out of this for him. I mean, it looks like he wishes he didn't have anything and could just fold. This is the way Pippa plays. Now, we've seen her get away with this, Ian, so many times during this tournament. But surely Daz Hickman's going to look her up here.
Well, the thing is, it's both their tournaments, ain't it? They're level chips, and they're both chip leaders, so...
She's got 2 9s. She can't win.
But even if he puts her on 2 hearts, he's thinking to himself, you know, he's got 2 cards to come with a heart. Do I want to be in that race?
Sorry.
It's pretty hard to put, you know, to work out what she's on, Jesse, ain't it? I know one thing for sure. I know she ain't hit trips and she ain't got ace-king. That's how I would think. But what else she's got, I wouldn't have a clue.
254.
Looks like he wants to cry. I mean... You know, this is the biggest spot in Daz Hickman's poker career.
I think if there was only 4 players in, it might be easier to call. Because you think, well, if I double up here, I'm not far from the winning line, really. It's still a massive move that Pippa's made here.
Called.
Did he call?
Wow.
He has called. He has called, and he's going to feel good about it.
Oh, he'll be over the moon when he sees what Pippa's got.
And I mean, these were the 2 chip leaders. They're going to check the chips. I think Daz Hickman may cover Pippa, but it doesn't matter. There's something like half the chips in the tournament and play in this pot. Oh, there are. 5, 7, 3. And Pippa Flanders drawing dead to 1 of 2 9s.
The other players won't like this. One of these getting all the chips.
Daz Hickman. 95% to double through.
And he has, yeah.
And Pippa Flanders, she has finally been stopped.
230, 240. He had her covered just by 3 chips, I think.
Ian, what was Pippa's thought process about going all in there?
I really don't know, Jesse. I don't know. you know, I think it's probably just the sheer weight of the bet is enough to put people off.
Daz might have folded any hand but that one.
Yeah.
I mean, well, ace. Oh wow.
Good call, brilliant call.
I had an ace as well. Ace 7 of them.
Wow.
230, 240, 250.
And that has turned this tournament on its head, ears, and end.
Thank you.
And Des Hickman
Good luck, everybody.
gonna be feeling
Katie, that was also the
sweet glory.
Okay.
Pippa Flanders, the lady has reached the end. She is a tiger. She went out like a lion. Lightning struck in the form of Pippa Flanders. Darren Hickman taking all her chips. The Bridge North Bomber laying a big one down, and wow, he has pulled away from this field, closing in on half the chips in play. Every other player at the table, Ian, it just made $10,000.
They have, yeah, all their money's just doubled here. And who would have thought it? Pippa Flanders first one out, Jesse.
Pippa, it was a very tough competition out there. Do you think that your tactics were suited for it?
No, I don't. I just think I've played very badly. The guys are all playing so well, and I play just so badly. I'm just so upset with myself because I know I could do a lot better. It's the thing is, you fight to get there, you win your heat, you win your you get through on the semi-final, and then you just take your brains out. I took my brains out in the final. I mean, I didn't have to do it. I had plenty of chips, I didn't have to do it, and I did it.
Thanks, Pippa. We now go over to the table.
If you look at everybody at the table, obviously Daz is delighted with himself, but Fenton must be in the second best frame of mind.
Who's on the big blind?
Yeah, of course he is. You know, like you just said, he might have had a game plan to, you know, because he was so crazy in his semi and in his heat, you know, everyone's probably expecting that from him, and he's thought, I'll just take a back seat and see what happens.
Not this time, anyway.
He's kept it, the most important thing, he's actually kept his stack. Has he pushed all in here? Oh, he's going to be in massive trouble here. Look.
He's gone all in from the button. Oh, Fenn's got the aces. You know,
I don't know if I want to see a good hand or not.
Oh, he's got one. He might call for value.
God,
Well, of course he's calling, isn't he?
Holy smokes.
I mean, McGill has just won $1 million in Vegas. Is he going to care about moving up a place here?
What?
Well, he might do, Jesse. You know, I don't know what the figures are, but it's got to be about another 10 grand.
Treble the most
tactical value. What's it going to be?
What Persaud is tripped up.
That's a bit of a move from Nick. I mean, with ace-6, the way we've been seeing him play, it wasn't like he was that short. He had 105,000 chips.
McGill's decided to fold this. Wow, this was so... It was weird when Persaud picked the chips in. Daz has got so many that I didn't realize he was going all in, but he was. And, yeah, McGill, by folding, realizes he's going to likely make a...
Yeah, me too.
$10,000.
King, queen, flop.
From the Gut Shot Club, that's how Persaud qualified here. Oh, there's a 6. It might not be all over.
Well, he still needs an absolute miracle.
What was he, 10-1 against before?
Well, Darren passed the 6 as well, so this is impossible. Don't worry about that.
Just said, Persaud has played a great game this tournament, but he's just been up against it, and this looks like the end.
It is nearly.
Say 1-6 in the deck.
Yeah.
Good luck.
I said to you, Jesse, I think this might speed the heat up, you know, just the way the chips got shuffled about there. And sure enough, there's another casualty already.
A good player, Nick Persaud, out in 5th in this PartyPoker.com European Open 3, leaving 4 on the floor for the trophy.
First time I've had aces.
Nick, you came into this final as the chip leader. Now you're leaving in 5th place. What happened?
I didn't get off to a great start. Lost some chips early, but I wasn't that bothered about it. The way I play is I really play to win. I could have literally sat there and probably got 4th or 3rd guaranteed, but I thought I want to really try and push on and win. things didn't work out. I lost a very big pot when I had to fold the worst hand, so I was lucky that I folded it, and at the very end I was getting low, found an ace, went all in and someone had aces behind me, but I'm happy that I've come this far.
The pressure is mounting as these players compete for the top prize of $125,000 and the PartyPoker.com European Open 3 Championship title. Find out who's next to go after the break. Welcome back to the PartyPoker.com European Open 3. The final table chip leader, Nick Persaud, has made a surprise exit out in fifth. We go back over to the action.
Looking at this chip differential scrolling across, what a spread between first and last. Hickman about 20 times more than John McGill. McGill's been hanging around like bubble gum on your seat. But this could be time to push.
That's enough. The king's enough.
I think the deuce was enough. He could have looked at the deuce and pretended what the other one was. Liam's called in the dark. Liam has called in the dark.
Oh, you're in already. You're in already. Did you call? I never even seen you moving.
I didn't look.
Is that one there any good?
I don't know. Let's see.
You don't know?
No, I didn't look. Oh.
King deuce against the 4-7.
Double down.
Yeah, not that. The deuce obviously makes the odds change dramatically. I know the king's a massive card up against the 4-7, but the deuce don't do him any favours, Jesse. That's what reduces the odds.
Yeah, you stand up if you're all in, no?
Basically playing on one card, as you're saying.
Where are you going to straight out?
It's all going to come down to whether or not Liam hits a pair.
Solve any problems.
Certainly would.
King would be.
7 times to be all right.
He's about 4-1 here.
A couple more outs to send McGill running.
5, 4,
you wouldn't do it, Amanda. You wouldn't do it.
He caught a card on the river before. Can he bar one now? No 4, 5, or 7.
Oh!
No. And we are
good game, guys.
Just as quickly 3-handed.
All right, cheers. All right, thanks, Liam. Good stuff. What?
John McGill.
No problem. Good luck, guys.
He wriggled his way 2 places farther than he might have deserved tonight. I'll tell you what, he got the maximum out of this tournament.
He certainly did. He's done well to come fourth. You know.
He should have been out in the semis, for crying out loud.
John, you're out of the final in 4th place. You had the lowest chip stack coming in. What were some of your tactics?
Well, I really needed to double up early, and I did do that. And I should have, whenever I did double up, I wanted to try and play a wee bit of cards, and I got caught messing about, and I lost 35,000 straight away, so I didn't really get a chance to play any proper poker. And I was just really like all in on trying and survive. It's really survival for me today. I'm very happy.
It took but 4 hands to lose 3 players, and this game's just completely different now, Ian.
Yeah, I mean, because Darren doubled up with Pippa and he got such a massive chip lead, it was half what we expected, Jesse, that they was going to move on a lot quicker. Scott on the button here now for ace-9. Let's see how he's prepared to play it.
Well, it becomes a huge hand, obviously. Just
45,000, is that?
Yeah, triple the bet. And Liam, has he decided to peel off a flop here?
Let's see what he's putting in there. It looks like a call, yeah.
How are we going to carve him? It was a raise to 45,000. It was called, and then there's been a pass.
It's just
there are 2 runners in this pot.
You can understand why Liam has called, but it is not his MO, Floods, to start playing flops.
No, but free-handed, these are 2 good cards, Jesse. You know, he knows Scott Fenton can be raising with anything. You know, they both missed.
Yeah, will Flood lead here?
60,000.
And this could be time for a Fenton special.
Fenton special, yeah.
But he'll have to get a good read on Flood to do it.
When it's 3-handed, Jesse, I always say this is about whoever's got the most moves. Has got to have the edge over the other 2, irrespective of how many chips they got. Whoever's prepared to put it in will have the edge.
Decision of the tournament for Fenton. Does he want to hang himself?
140.
Yeah, he's re-raced.
Wow, and this is something we don't usually see from Scott, because you'd think if he was going to raise a pound, he'd raise all of them.
Yeah, and that just took the wind out of Liam's sails, I think.
140,000.
And even though it's only 80 more, it looks strong. I mean, it looks like it would be suicide for Flood to move the rest of his tank in. It wouldn't be, but it certainly looks that way. That was a strong move from Fenton. He's not taking
You know,
any...
it can only be because Liam's come out and bet. It's the same principle again, really. If he's hit the jack or he's got a massive hand, why come out and bet? You'd think he'd be checking. So
yeah,
that's what would give Scott the impotence to get his money and get his chips in. Rather.
Although if Flood did have something like a flush draw here, he would be quite comfortable to move the rest of his stack in, wouldn't he? Or straight
Well,
draw.
if he had a flush draw with a couple of overcards to the jack, then yes.
Yeah. Fenton's
nice
taking
hand
it.
anyway.
Oh,
nice
wow.
hand,
Great
yeah.
stuff from Scott Fenton. Spotting weakness, such an important part of this game, and Scott Fenton so good at that. He spotted one on Flood.
Spotting a tell. Again, it's mostly about instincts. But there's one important thing that you can do. If you can see the person's eyes, if their eyes start to expand, they have the hand. If they constrict, they don't have the hand. That's how you can tell if a card hits someone. If you don't have access to their eyes, watch whether they lean backwards or forwards after the flop. If they lean forwards, it usually means that they hit the flop and they're engaged. If they lean backwards, it usually means that they've missed the flop and they're getting ready to, you know, whatever. They haven't made their mind up exactly what they're going to do, but it usually means that they've missed. There's all kinds of little physical things that you can learn about people. Watch someone during a hand when you're pretty sure that they have it, and watch the way that they act. In other words, you know for some reason that they have it. Watch all of their motions and remember those motions. Do the same thing when you don't think they have the hand. Watch all of their motions. Learn to trust your instincts.
Well, Liam's been honing his gambling instincts for about 50 years, and one thing he's got is resilience. You know, those chips are getting back in action. But he's got his work cut out for him here, does the gentleman.
Pass.
Call.
Just
Call.
mentioned the low stack. The low stack right now has somewhere in the neighborhood of 20 big blinds. I mean,
No raise.
you could see this game blind-wise going on a while, but the way the action has been, you just say there's no way. I mean, the guys are going all in all over the place.
Yeah, they all like getting it in, don't they?
Check. Check.
Nobody's got nothing. There's 30,000 out there.
Well, Liam might.
3,000.
He's come out and bet. I was going to say if he checks, Liam might have a stab at this
30,000.
because he's got the up and down. I can't see as he play because he was only in for the big blind, Jesse.
Not
So
a bad fella, you know.
Call.
Not a bad fella at all.
you're not a bad fella, he said.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, Liam can only call here with the intention of bluffing, perhaps if he misses.
Ooh.
Will Fenton give him that opportunity? How does Scott read the call?
50,000.
50,000.
Pass.
Yeah.
Pass.
These two are a bit hard-headed.
Yeah, just because Scott had the initiative, obviously, flat calling and then coming out straight out with a raise. Liam's got to give him a bit of respect there and put the hand down.
You can find out more about poker by logging onto our website, www.5.tv/poker. Learn the rules, figure out what the best hands are to play, and test your bluffing skills. You can also download video interviews with some of the game's best players.
9-10.
Call.
Yeah.
Pretty cards.
Yeah, nice cards to check.
30,000 in the
45,000.
Raise 45,000 more.
There's just no letting up with him, Jesse, is there? You know, even he gets beat in a pot. There's no letting up. He just comes straight out and fires into the next pot.
It's true. I'm just wondering, though, if it's not the best strategy for Fenton to employ against these two.
If you keep on doing it, obviously they're going to keep calling you down all the time.
I mean, to me, Fenton has got the best post-flop play out of any of the table. I just feel like there'd be an argument for him getting a lot of cheap pots and trying to...
See, they're doing it again. They're doing a lot of this between them. You know, the original raiser, they're not checking to him. They're coming straight out and betting. I think that's making it easy for the original raiser to come over the top, Jesse.
Seems like that.
Yeah.
Sure seems like that, although if Hickman can stick the rest in, he might not get a call. Fenton's got two ways to hit the straight, 9 or king. And it's not a it's 80,000 more, but obviously Hickman cannot peel off another card thinking that he's behind. He'd have to wager he's ahead.
Yeah, he passes or he's all in. You know,
But I mean, just what I was saying before, Ian, that I mean, it just seems like Fenton is going to run all over these guys if he just keeps the pot small early.
Would you like to jet off to Las Vegas to play poker at the Bellagio, shop at Caesar's Palace, and overlook the city from the stratosphere? You could win a holiday to this amazing city, including flights and accommodations for two, and £500 spending money. All you have to do is answer this question. Who won the World Series of Poker in 2006? A. Phil Hellmuth, B. Jamie Gold, or C. Gus Hansen? You can enter by going to www.5.tv/poker. Entrants must be over 18. Competition closes at midnight on the 22nd of May.
Could be a big future for Scott Fenton in poker, but looking over at Flood, he's gonna have to get through him first. Blinds here at 10 and 20,000 now.
nice hand here, King Queen suited. Hickman.
And you know that Fenton is just waiting to return the favor to one of these two. Re-raising them. Oh,
Liam's picked up a big hand here, ace jack.
Wow, this could be the clash, couldn't it?
He's gone all in.
All in.
And Daz will be well aware that Liam's done this several times three-way.
And that's a massive bet. A massive bet.
240, 270, 280, 290.
I think you've done it too many times. And
300.
Yeah,
Yep, not cool.
Yeah, he won't mind seeing these, Liam. I know Hickman's got 2 live cards, but he won't mind seeing these. He knows he's going to be in front.
Yeah.
Fair play.
What an hand.
It just happened. Daz Hickman has got Flood all in, but he's trailing. This pot for 600,000. Could Flood do it? Take the lead here? Or will Daz do him in?
That's close.
Dangerous.
Well, that's took the jack out of it, but the jack wasn't really playing anyway, so...
Hickman needs a jack for the straight, a queen or king to take the lead. Flood looking for deuces all over. Ooh, the spade makes it!
What do we always say, Jesse? Let's just give him 9 more outs. This is unbelievable.
40% chance here for Hickman. Seems like he's got half the deck.
Oh, and he's doubled through. He's doubled through.
How much?
Flood goes chip leader. And all of a sudden...
That's a big move, Jesse, all in there with the ace-jack. He's got to be ecstatic.
But that's Liam's game. He loves to lead from the front. He's an institution in poker.
A late friend of mine, Terry Rogers, he was a bookmaker in Ireland, discovered Nolan Texas Hold'em in America and brought it back to Ireland. And we started playing then. The first Irish Open was in 1984, and I think there was 27 players and that included some English. So for about 10 years, you know, it was hard graft.
It was a love for the game that got him started, but success was soon to follow.
It would have started in 1984. I won the big tournament in the Isle of Man. There was 32 players, and I was the assistant tournament director, and I said to Terry Rogers, I said, Terry, I should play. Now, I couldn't afford it, but I said, get a few of your pals in and put me in. So they did, and lucky enough I won that tournament. That was a big feather in my cap.
Liam's biggest win to date, probably the runner-up finish in the World Open, but the gentleman also well known on the other side of the table, running some of the biggest tournaments in the world.
It lets you understand both aspects of the game, and that is running it, make sure it's run properly, and playing it, and being of the right attitude to play it, not to be giving grief to the people who are working, such as the dealers or the tournament director. I think people respect me as a player because my results are fairly good. But they would treat me differently because they know that I know the rules. And I think from that point of view, they respect me as well.
Liam Flood running ragged over the table, and Scott Fenton, Daz Hickman, do they have to tell themselves anything? Do they have to do anything different?
Well,
Wait
no,
it out, maybe.
They can't. They just got to wait for a hand. I mean, they know what's happening, Jesse, but they've been picking up rubbish cards. Well, Darren's got a nice pair of nines here.
Yeah, this is enough for him to commit. Now, does he want to commit early or commit calling?
No, I think he'll be putting a raise in.
I'm coming to get you. 66.
60
Right,
minute bus.
66.
That's the
That's the
highway
minute
that,
bus. How could you do that? That's my favourite number.
the highway that goes across America. Fenton now.
What, by giving me some greens?
It's one of the best hands Fenton has picked up in a long time.
How many you got back?
Oh, there we go.
Oh.
He's fed up trying to have a go at Liam.
110.
He's called all in.
Yeah.
He's called all in.
Jesse is up there now.
He'll get a call
Be
here.
all over. It is. I have to look at them, yes.
I'll tell you, he'll be getting a call here from Darren, I fancy, Jesse.
Yeah, of course he will.
Holy God.
Scott
Holy
made that
mother of
decision
God.
up quite
Pass.
quickly. And of course, I'll be getting a call here from Hickman.
Yeah, there you go.
And now Fenton and Hickman about to flip-flop unless Fenton can catch the king. Are you surprised that Fenton moved with these?
Yeah, I am.
Impatience, perhaps?
Yeah.
Good 5 minutes. This is the start of a good 5 minutes. I need a king.
Well, you're not all in, I think.
No.
Scott saying it's not all over, but I need a king. This is all for Daz Hickman. 69%. Anything but a king on board, and he'll be back in this with a double through.
5-6 for me.
This is Daz Hickman's tournament here. And you'd fancy him very unlucky to see the king because he's
Come either side.
so
Come
far
either
in
side,
front.
Yeah.
2 cards, though.
Put a jack
Scott
with
Fenton. The roofer.
Put a 10.
Needs a cowboy last
Oh,
night
there's
up.
me 5.
No help.
That would have been no good.
No, a diamond would have taken an out away from Scott anyway. Here
Ooh,
goes.
I thought it was
He's doubled through.
Ooh.
You're close.
It
What
was
you
going
got,
to
Darren?
And
be. It was going to be steak for Christmas.
Scott shaking his head a little bit. I'm not sure what he picked up, but
176.
those chips looked a bit gifted there to Daz.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think
176.
Darren could pass for what he had left.
Right. I mean, that's the biggest argument
just a
right there.
Yeah,
Daz
yeah.
couldn't pass. And
He didn't. I don't think Scott went in the tank there and had to think about it, did he? He probably just impulsed. The king was big enough, get it in.
Yeah.
You know.
Trying to knock him out for his Liam.
I
can only do what the
can only
cards
play
tell
the
me to do.
cards.
And
Very hard to knock him out. I tried all day yesterday.
that was very good
Kept
news
coming
for
back for more.
Daz. The Bridge North Bomber building a nice
Is it my
stack
button?
again.
Samantha?
No, it just moved there now.
Did you?
And all of a sudden, Scott Fenton, oh, he's under 200,000 for the first time in a long time.
Since he first sat down.
Yeah.
Well, it's 6-2.
In a hand that the other man couldn't pass.
Let's see what he's picked up here on the button. Well, I fancy he'll be all in again here.
More than.
Yeah.
Where is
Just
all
is
in?
the way it is. And at least he'll have the
Pass.
grace of knowing that there's a lot of hands that beat him that can't call him.
Oh, he's got ace here. Ace 8.
200.
That may be right on the border for Daz.
You're about.
I think he'd be calling, Jesse. We're not going on the, you know, the hands now, the ace 8, whereas normally it ain't a good hand. I mean, the way they're playing this is all in or big raise every pot, so ace 8 is a massive hand.
It's just a percentage move, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a,
189.
184, is it?
50.
75, sorry, 184.
174.
50.
If you've just joined, you say, what's Hickman thinking about? If you've been watching the proceedings, you say, what's his money not doing in the pot? It's pretty much like that, isn't it?
exactly right, exactly right.
184.
184. Yeah.
And it's the last time we saw a flop.
I'll call.
Yeah.
Well,
Oh, he'd
the
call.
Yeah, you're right there.
He ain't that much of a dog here, you see, because of the 8. He's got the queen 10.
dealer.
It's about 6 to 4.
Yeah, Fenton's got 2 middlers, but he's all in this time against Daz. It was the other way around. And a real nice flop for Daz Hickman.
Yeah, he's
It's
took 2 of his outs away,
It
Jesse,
sure
straight away.
has. Has to be a 10 or queen right now. That's not a diamond. This is dire. This is desperate straights here.
He's 1 card away from his tournament. Oh, is it the... Oh, it's a diamond, Jesse.
You had to look twice, no 3 times. Fenton folds to a flush. Folded up like a cheap suitcase there. We're head up.
Yeah, we're heads up. What a game.
Just wishing the guy good luck.
And there's not going to be much in it when these 2 square off. Chip-wise.
Oh, no, there'll be between 50, 70,000 between these. How do we go now?
Look at that. Fenton got the chips in first. Daz came calling. The flop took some of Fenton's outs away when he hit his pair on the river. It made Hickman a diamond flush. And Fenton out in third.
Scott Fenton's journey is over. One of the most impressive players in this year's event is out in third. Find out who will become tonight's champion after the break. Welcome back to the PartyPoker.com European Open 3. It's heads up and it's honors even as we move one step closer to crowning our champion. We go over to our commentators, Jesse May and Ian Fraser.
You could go all the way from Bridge North to Dublin, and you won't find 2 players more deserving of playing for this title than these 2. Now, how do you handicap it?
Evens the 2, Jesse, these 2. I mean, I did say at the outset that Liam and John McGill are the ones likely to make the most moves, but it's proved they all played fantastic stuff, and this is a great heads up, Liam and Darren now.
This drama really set Liam Flood, who's been here before and wants to cap a career by sealing the deal.
Raise.
And Daz Hickman, first time on the big stage, could be his lucky
Raise to
charm.
60.
And Liam with the 5-7 suited trying to play a cheap flop. Unraised pot's not really Liam's game. Here comes Daz. He knows his queen is best.
Oh, he's going to raise him.
Raise.
Well, we know he's going to be going all in, Liam. It's just a case of...
Give me 60 to match this one, that's it. Total bet was 90.
Darren will be putting the hand down and they'll be about level chips again.
Hickman's announced raise, but he hasn't announced how much. And Liam's giving him no indication, or is he? Daz has gone 200 more.
200,000 more.
He's gone all in
Raise
already
all
before
in.
he's counted his chips out. That's a big raise.
I don't know.
Wow! Flood may have done it here.
Well, I don't know. Darren ain't called yet.
Well, he's just stuck
220.
Just stuck 300,000 in. It's just under half of his stack. I guess he could pass here and have about 400,000 left and be 2-1 against. If he calls...
Yeah, if he passes, he's got 400 left.
220.
I mean...
There's no shame in passing.
I mean, he's getting nearly 4 to 1 on this pot. 3.5 anyway.
I've got a bad hand, really, but it's a lucky hand. Oh, cool.
And he's a 2 to 1 against with his hand, Jesse.
Yeah, I mean, Daz Hickman may have stepped in it. The only good news for Daz is Jack 8 is a lucky hand around Bridge Northway. Beyond that, Liam Flood, look at that pot total. It's gotten stuck. It's huge. It's over $1 million. The needle is broken here. Oh, Liam Flood has never been closer.
There we go. Oh, he's hit the ace straight away. He's hit the ace straight away.
And there's a jack. Daz Hickman needing a jack or an 8 to end it. Flood saying, just hold him. Give me the 10, he says. It's changed nothing. Here's the river.
Yeah, a jack or an 8, or Liam's going to go into the chip lead here. Yes.
Wow.
It's all over now.
The gentleman, Liam Flood. 2 aces. And he's so close to this finishing line, he can smell it.
Jesse, that's why the meter got stuck. He's got over 1 million chips now. Look, he's got 1,020,000 chips.
I mean, I don't know how much this means to Liam. This is very close to the culmination of his poker career. He has but 180,000 left to garner, and he will have that trophy.
I'll predict this all in, all in.
I'm with you.
I like the way you do that. Push the chips towards me.
I think Liam will just take his chance now with any 2 cards, Jesse, don't you?
Red, certainly.
Yeah, I hear that. You know, he'll be thinking to seal the deal, won't he?
Yeah, I think he'll take his chance now.
How are we going now, Dan?
I've got about 180.
Liam's asked Daz how much he has left. Liam's got enough in his left hand to take Daz all in. And Daz must be reeling. That happened so quick.
Oh, yeah.
He made a move, Daz, and he may not have considered the consequences of the raise size.
We said what was going to happen, didn't we, Jesse? And it was getting on that way.
Horrible.
That'll be even better for Liam now.
This could be the one.
You know, he's got 30,000 going in here, which leaves it 135 behind. I don't think he's got a lot of choice.
No.
Liam would just love to pick up anything higher than a queen or higher here. You know, he'd be so happy to get his chips in.
That time just might scary on the flop.
Keep the pressure on.
Oh, look what he's picked up, Jesse. Ace queen.
Yeah, he'll be all in. And does Daz want to gamble here?
I don't even think he'll flat call for the value he's got.
60.
Yeah, he's bet
Raised
60.
60,000 total.
Well, he might take a chance with this.
It's really about how he feels. It feels like that 30,000 is an extra double up. But I don't know.
Horrible position to be in.
105 more.
Yeah, you got to take a chance with this.
Can I raise?
2 live cards, they are matching. In a sense of the word.
105
though
more.
not as pretty as Flood's.
Sorry?
And this just feels like destiny, doesn't it?
Yeah.
This is a lucky hand as well.
And,
maybe.
Liam Flood has done it his way every step of this PartyPoker.com European Open 3. And he now has but to make a big hand stand. Daz Hickman has come this far. Is he going any farther?
Well, that's a terrible flop for Darren.
Or Jack.
Yeah, Jack, he'd be.
He wants
drawing dead to a win.
10, Jack, Queen, King, Ace.
One more.
Okay. 7 or 9. That's all that Daz Hickman has left for this tournament.
10.
He's out.
Yes.
He's out. That's our winner.
Well played.
Thank you. Well played.
Well done.
The gentleman, Liam Flood.
Yeah.
And a worthy winner, Ian.
Yeah, fantastic game. Good champion.
Yeah, no problem. Bad move.
It's been a tournament that has had it all and a final table that hasn't disappointed. Liam Flood has finally won the title he was so desperate to add to his collection, while Darren Hickman made a remarkable journey from satellite tournament to final table. We now go over to Jesse, who sat with our runner-up and our new PartyPoker.com European Open 3 Championship winner, Liam Flood.
A worthy final and a worthy winner. Liam Flood, congratulations.
Thank you, Jesse.
A life in poker, and I know you've been waiting for this big title a long time. What does it mean to you?
Well, it means everything. European champion, televised event, plus a few quid. What more do you want?
What were your thoughts on how the final table went? How did it go for you?
Well, I found it very tough for the first hour and a half. And then I think I doubled up. Somebody didn't believe me.
Now, Daz Hickman, commiserations, but what a performance you put on here today. Let's talk first about that call from Pippa Flanders. It wasn't easy, was it?
It was difficult. I checked to make a move, and I wasn't expecting the all-in. I was expecting a bet, but not the all-in, so it made me sweat for a bit. But once I'd worked it out, I made the call.
Great call.
It was a battle worthy of this title. And to present the trophy, I'd like to introduce last year's champion, Ian Fraser, the Razor.
Congratulations, Liam.
Thank you, Ian.
You played absolutely fantastic,
Thank
mate.
you.
Well done. Well done. There you go.
I'm not going to put it over my head again, am I?
Never give up and never stop raising, for that matter. Congratulations to Liam Flood, the PartyPoker.com European Open 3 champion. Take it from Liam. Just when the hairs on the back of your neck start to stand up, get your chips in first and think of how the other guy must feel. See you next time.